Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jaya Kara More. Toma bina ke dayalu jagat samsare. Toma bina ke dayalu Jagat samsare. Patita pavana iti tava avasara. Mosamopatita Prabhu Aha Prabhu Nityananda Premananda Sukhi. Kripa Bhalakana Kara Ami Baladukhi. Jaya Guru Sitapati Advaita Gosha. Tava Kripa Chaitanya Nita Ha Swarup Sanatana Rupa Raghunatha. Shiva Prabhu Lokanatha. Shiva Prabhu Lokanatha. Jaya Karo Siyacharya Prabhu Srinivasa. Rama Chandra Samamage Narottama Dasa. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jaya Kara More. Toma vina के दयालु जगद संसारे Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada Sira Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Prabhupada Sira Prabhupada. Jayam Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivagachara Asutara Srimad Abhay Chanaravinda Bhakti Vedanta Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Ananda Koti Vaishnava Vrindam Ki Namachara SriSriRadhaRasbihariTemple Ki Prem Se Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Pramdanda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasad Go Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopna Shama Kundara Khun Shri Girgavadhan Ki Vrindavandam Maturadam Ki Gangamai Jamunamai Ki Tulas Maharaj Bhakti Devi Ki Samavita Bhakta Vrinda Ki Tai Gaura Premanandi. All glories to the assembly of those. All glories to the assembly of those. All glories to the assembly of those. All glories to Shri Guru Shri Gurangam. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chanda Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna. So today I've been asked to speak on Chaitanya Charitamrita. So I was given, should I read from verse 95 up to this? Okay. Okay, I'll be reading from verse 95, which has no purport. So this is Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila, first chapter, which is entitled The Spiritual Masters. So I'll be reading a few verses before the one on the board. Text number 95. Yanhara pasadi tamohaya nasha tamo nasha kari kari tatrena prakasha. Translation. By the grace of Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, this darkness of ignorance is removed and the truth is brought to light. Text number 96. Dava Vasu Krishna Krishna Bhakti Prema Rupa Nama Sankitana Sabha Ananda Swarupa. Translation, text 96. The absolute truth, Sri Krishna, and loving devotion to Sri Krishna exhibited in pure love is achieved through congregational chanting of the holy name, which is the essence of all bliss. Text number 97. Shura Chandra Bahirina Tamase Sevinase Bahirvasu Gatapata Adise Prakashe. The sun and the moon dissipate the darkness of the external world and thus reveal external material objects like pots and plates. Text number 98. Dui Bhai Hridayira Shadiyandakara Dui Bhagavata Sange Karana Vastaskara. Translation, text number 98. But these two brothers, Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, dissipate the darkness of inner core of the heart, and thus they help one meet the two kinds of Bhagavatas, persons or things in relationship with the personality of Godhead. Text number 99. Eka Bhagavata Pada Bhagavata Shastra Ara Bhagavata Bhakta Bhakti Rasa Patra. Translation to text number 99. One of the Bhagavatas is the great scripture, Srimad Bhagavatam, and the other is the pure devotee absorbed in the mellows of loving devotion. Text number 100. Dui Bhagavata Dwara Diya Bhakti Rasa Tanhara Hridayitan Rapime Hayavasam. Through the actions of these two Bhagavatas, the Lord instills the mellows of transcendental loving service into the heart of a living being. And thus the Lord in the heart of his devotee comes under the control of the devotee's love. Text number 101. Egad Buddha Samakali Danhala Prakasha Arad Buddha Chitta Guharatamma Karinasa. The first wonder is that both brothers appear simultaneously, and the other is that they illuminate the innermost depths of the heart. Text number 102. That's the one in the purport. On the board, okay. Okay, we'll repeat this one. Ei Chandra Suyaduri Paramasadaya Jagati Rabhake Goide Korira Udaya. Ei Chandra Surya Dui Paramasadaya Jagatira Bhakti Kodi Karira Udaya. Next. Translation. These two, the sun and the moon, are very kind to the people of the world. Thus, for the good fortune of all, they have appeared on the horizon of Bengal. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The celebrated ancient capital of the Shena dynasty, which was known as Godadesh or Goda, was situated in what is now the modern district of Malda. Later, this capital was transferred to the ninth or central island of the western side of the Ganges at Navadip, which is now known as Mayapur, and was then called Godapur. Lord Chaitanya appeared there, and Lord Nityananda came there and joined him from the district of Birdum. They appeared on the horizon of Godadesh to spread the science of Krishna consciousness. And it is predicted that as the sun and the moon gradually move west, the movement they began 500 years ago will come to the Western civilizations by their mercy. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu drive away the 5 kinds of ignorance of the conditioned souls. In the Mahabharata, Udyoga Parva, 43rd chapter, these 5 kinds of ignorance are described. They are: 1, accepting the body to be the self; 2, making material sense gratification one's standard of enjoyment; 3, being anxious due to identification; 4, lamenting; and 5, thinking that there is anything beyond the absolute truth. The teachings of Lord Chaitanya eradicate these 5 kinds of ignorance. Whatever one sees or otherwise experience, one should know to be simple an exhibition of the Supreme Personality of Godhead's energy. Everything is a manifestation of Krishna. Om Omagyanatimirandhasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurumitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. So it's a very nice purport by Srila Prabhupada, where he makes a point that the movement that was started by Gaunitai in the eastern horizon, where they appeared, will gradually move towards the western civilization by their mercy. And then upon Prabhupada's making here is that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu drive away the 5 kinds of ignorance of the conditioned souls. And then he's quoting Mahabharata. 1, accepting the body to be the self. 2, making material sense gratifications the standard of enjoyment. 3, being anxious due to material identification. 4, lamenting. And 5, thinking that there is anything beyond the absolute truth. It says the teachings of Lord Chaitanya eradicate these 5 kinds of ignorance. Very interesting, because this is similar to what appears in the Bhagavatam in the 3rd canto. We find a similar statement that is in the chapter 20, 3rd canto, verse 18. There says that Lord Brahma created 5 kinds of ignorance that conditions the jiva. Those who went through Bhakti Vaibhava, they will know. Yeah? Tamas, Tamishra, and Tamishra. Tamas, yeah. What is that? Tamas, Tamishra, and Tamishra. Tamas, Moha, Mahamoha. There they appear to be 5 also. Tamas means the ignorance of the living entity that makes him think that after this life we don't exist. The lack of understanding that life is continuous. And then under the Mishra, Prabhupada explains that it refers to the anger that one feels when his material endeavors are frustrated. Like he explains about accepting the material enjoyment as all in all. So that it says that the frustration when one's material desires are not fulfilled, it appears in a form of anger. Under Tamishra, and then Tamas. Tamas refers to the ignorance of not knowing the difference between the body and the soul. When one lacks this knowledge, Atma Tattva, and then he thinks that the body is the self, and everything that is in relation to this body is very important, which leads to illusion. Illusion. Tamishra and Tramishra. Tama, or Moha. Yeah, illusion, Moha. Everything is mine. I am the Lord of this material world. Which leads to Mahamoha. It's my country, my people, my nation. That's why people are mad with nationalism. So many isms. So a similar statement is being, the description is being given here by Prabhupada. So, but Gonitai, they destroy these five types of ignorance of the living entities according to this purport. Why? Because they are Adi Gurus, they are the first Gurus. So Guru, there are different translations. One etymology is that the term Gu comes from two words, Guru, Gu and Ru. Gu, which refers to darkness, and Ru is said to be the dispeller of darkness. So a guru is the one that dispels our darkness. That's why we say, Oma Gyana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Umidam Jena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. I offer my respect, my homage to my Guru. Why? Because I was born in the darkness of ignorance. And then by him dispelling the ignorance with the torchlight of knowledge, I'm able to see. Do we feel like that? No, we don't feel like that. But actually we are in darkness. But we don't feel like that because of our covering. But those who are advanced, they feel like that. So therefore, they are always grateful towards the Guru, who is a dispeller of darkness. Like in the beginning of this chapter, which is the first verse, Krishnadas Kaviraj Maharaj says, I offer my respectful obeisances unto the spiritual masters. It's plural, it's not singular. He says, unto the spiritual masters. And then who are the spiritual masters? He says, the devotees of the Lord. And the Lord's incarnations, they are the spiritual masters, as well as the plenal portion of the Lord and his energies. And then finally, the primeval Lord himself in his form as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So that's how he begins this chapter, by offering his obeisances to his gurus, not one guru. Now we are very fond of one guru, the Diksha Guru. Like in India, sometimes they ask, who's your guru? Yeah, who's your guru? Because they want to discriminate which guru you belong to. I hear this many times. Who's your guru? So they want to know, okay, we have a big guru or a small guru. That means a small disciple. they want to size you up. This is mundane mentality. Who's your guru? Who's my guru? Yes. This is mentality of separation. We want to create separation. Oh, you're not my guru. Disciple? Okay. So, but here Krishnadas Kaviraj says, in the beginning he says, I offer my respectful obeisances unto the spiritual masters. Who are the spiritual masters? He says, the devotees of the Lord. The Lord's incarnations and his plenal portions, energies, and finally the primeval Lord himself, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. And then in the same Adi Lila, chapter 10, verse number 7, he says similar thing. He says, Vande Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prema Mama Mara Taro Priya I offer my obeisances to the devotees of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? He is Prema Marataro Priya. He is the original tree or eternal tree of love of Godhead. Bhakta Saka, Bhakta Rupa Saka Gana. I also offer my respect to the devotees of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu who are distributing the fruits of love of Godhead, the fruits of Krishna Prema, says Krishna Prema Padam. So we see also the author is offering obeisances to the devotees of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who are the branches of this eternal tree of love of Godhead, who are spreading the fruits. So that way the Guru is plural, it's not one. This is a point that we can pick up from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his followers, Krishnadas, Kaviraj Goswami, Sri Rupa Goswami, and many others. Prabhupada said that if we want to become good devotees, we should study Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Why? Because he appears as Bhakta Rupa. He is taking upon the form of a devotee to teach us how to be devotees and how to practice bhakti in that way. So it all begins by taking shelter of the spiritual master. Like the other day, we had initiation here. And I was very impressed by the mood of the devotees in Mumbai. So when Srila Giriraj Maharaj was asking, do you have anything extra to say? Some devotees, majority, they were saying, I'm very grateful to my Shiksha Gurus here in Mumbai, so and so. They will mention the name, so and so Mataji, and so Prabhu. And to you, Guru Maharaj, for accepting me as your disciple. I thought that was very beautiful. I never heard it anywhere else. And then I realized that devotees are very grateful to my Shiksha Guru. Mataji so, Prabhu so. Because these are our gurus, because they mold us, they take care of us locally. So that appreciation is very much in line with Krishna consciousness. Yes. So that way, Guru is plural, it's not singular. There are many devotees who take care of us. They are also our gurus. Shiksha Gurus, Vatma Padam, Padaksha Guru, and also Chaita Guru, the Lord, also as Paramatma. So in that way, we can pick up these points from Chaitanya Charitamrita, that the Guru is plural, it's not singular. Those devotees also who train us when we are new devotees, they are our gurus. We should also offer our respectful obeisances to them, just as Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is doing. Because just like when you go to school, there are so many teachers in classrooms, up to university. They are all your gurus at different levels. So what do? They dispel your ignorance. You remember when you went to school, you didn't know anything. When I went to school long ago, 1965, I'm a very old time, I just look young. But I went to school in 1965 with a lot of ignorant kids like me. We used to see many children coming from school. We thought the school was a big place for children to go and have fun. We never thought about classes and teachers and all that. So we were desiring to go to school upon seeing happy children coming back from school. We thought it was a place with volleyball grounds, cricket grounds, and swimming pools where kids are having fun. We didn't know about studying. We just wanted fun. This is our ignorance as kids. Yeah? So and then, in those days, they used to accept 7 years old kids in primary school. So when we reached 7 years old, we were very happy. Well, now it's time for us to go to school also and experience the fun that these kids are experiencing. But there was no fun there. We thought so. So when we went to school, of course, the first day was wonderful. We met other ignorant kids also from different places. Meeting friends was very nice. And then we got registered. 2 days, it took us 2 days. We were so many. It took 2 days to really finish the registration. And then at that day, when we came to school, now there was no registration, no introduction of friends. There were these people called teachers. And they were serious. They were not like, the people that we were used to at home who were flattering us, telling us, "You're such nice kids, you are so cute." No, these people didn't speak like that. They had sticks in their hands. In those days, there was something called corporal punishment. The teacher was allowed to whack your ignorance with a stick if you did not, open up your brain. You can open up with a stick. So, so when we saw the sticks, we were afraid. And the seriousness of the teachers. Then we thought, this is not a playground to come and have fun. There's some serious business going on here. Learning. We didn't come for that. We were not interested in learning in those days. So when we went home, we told our mothers, that place called school, they hit with a stick. We don't want to go there. They said, our mothers told us, "You people are not babies anymore. You are students. You must go to school." So we had no choice. We had to submit, to surrender to those gurus with dandas. And they were using these dandas on us. So why? Because our ignorance was so great that even the school appeared to be a playground for us. So in a similar way, this material world is a big school. And the main teacher here is Durga Devi. And she carries the trident, which represents what? Adhyatmika, Adibodhika? Adhyat. Yes. So she has a danda also. For those souls who don't want to learn, she punishes them. Durga Devi. This is a school. So this material world is not a playground. It's a school. We are supposed to learn here so that we can graduate and go home, go back home, Prabhupada said, back to Godhead. So that's a business of the Guru, is to dispel our ignorance so that we can graduate from this school, the material world, and go back home, back to Godhead. That's the only business the Guru has. So in that way, like us, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains that in the Madhura Kadambini or Bhakti trilogy, Bhakti trilogy, that there are two types of Bhakti, Nishtita, Anishtita. Nishtita Bhakti means steady devotion. Anishtita means unsteady. So he explains that people who are unsteady, they are like the kids who are beginning the school, like us. They are seeing this material world differently. Sometimes they are enthusiastic, sometimes they are not enthusiastic. Sometimes they are assailed by so many ideas. So because of the strong influence material nature. But to be fixed in devotional service means to accept the teacher. Like in Vedic system of teaching, there are different levels of students' advancement. One is Shravanam, hearing attentively. And then another one is Nididhyasana. What does it mean? And then there is Manana. You hear attentively, and then you also inquire from the Guru. And then from inquiries, there is understanding. You will understand. And then after that, there is what? Anushtana, which means practical application. And then after that, Darshana. Your consciousness opens up. You begin to see things, just like in daytime, we see things proper. At night, we can't see. So darkness is presented by night. And knowledge, when one is enlightened with knowledge, that is represented by daytime. Like in Bhagavad Gita says, anyway, there's another verse that I forgot. My mind is very old. So that way, this is a serious business, accepting a guru. Why? Tasmai gurum prapadyate jigyashu shreya uttama. Says in Bhagavatam in 11th canto that one who approaches the guru, he should have a desire of understanding what is shreya uttamam, what is the greatest benefit in life, or what is the goal of life. And then the guru will explain. So that's the mission. Otherwise, someone who doesn't really have any serious business about getting out of this material existence should not approach a guru. Just to get some mundane blessings. Let my business be successful. Bless my business. Bless this, bless that. No. The Guru's business is to train us in such a way that we can graduate from this school of hard knocks, the material world, and go back to Krishna. Yes. That's why you see Prabhupada, when you read Prabhupada's books, he always stresses that we are not this body. Some people say, we had that many times, Prabhupada. No, we have not. We have heard it, but it has not synced. So that's why Prabhupada stresses this point, because it's very, very important that we are not this body, because as it is says in the Bhagavad Gita, in Bhagavatam, that the Guru is Adhyatma Vid. This is 7th canto. 7th canto, 7th chapter, verse 22. Prabhupada uses Adhyatma Vid, which means someone who has clearly understood the distinction between matter and spirit. That's a Guru. So he understands this too. What is matter and what is spirit? So then he can train us also in understanding the distinction between matter and spirit. We see that in Bhagavad Gita. In the beginning, Arjuna is very enthusiastic. But when he comes to the battle of Kurukshetra, what does he say? When he comes before the warriors, he said, Krishna, take my chariot between the two armies. I want to see all those who have come here to please the evil-minded son of Dhritarashtra. He wants to see. Krishna says, oh, good, you want to see? Okay, come see. He says, jokingly, he says, behold, O Arjuna, all the Kauravas before you. Arjuna is seeing, but what is he seeing? He sees matter. He sees his relatives. He sees his friends. And then what happened? He becomes bewildered because his seeing is not right. And Krishna is just joking there. You see. So in a similar way, our seeing in the material world is not right. We are seeing matter. And then we become confused, just like Arjuna. And he started complaining, oh Krishna, I heard by disciplic succession that those who destroy Kula Dharma, family traditions, go to hell. You want me to go to hell? And he started arguing with Krishna. And Krishna is just watching the drama. So that way, we can see in the Bhagavad Gita that Arjuna also is seeing. But what he's seeing matter. He's not seeing the soul. And Krishna began to explain about the difference between the soul and the body. How the soul cannot be destroyed. How this body is perishable. So that's Guru. Also Krishna is acting as Guru then. To dispel our ignorance. Yeah, so that is the Guru's business. Just like also in the end, in the 12th canto, in chapter 6, verse 25, we find one Guru also, Brihaspati. He says, Jivitam Maranam Jantur Gatihi Swenaiva Karmana. That the life and death and the destination of the jiva are all caused by him. How? Swenaiva Karmana, by his activities. He says, therefore, my dear king, no one is responsible for anyone's happiness and distress in this world. Padatta sukha dukkha. Do not ban all these snakes thinking that they are the cause of your father's death. Very interesting, eh? Yeah, no. This snake Takshaka did not kill your father. His activities caused his death. And then the king, Janameja, stopped this yagya. Okay. TK. We see in the Bhagavatam, also in the 4th chapter, that Dhruva Maharaj is butchering so many yakshas. He's very angry, even though he's a devotee. And then another guru comes in a form of Swayambhuva Manu. He says, Titikshaya Karunaya Maitra Chakila Jantushu Sarmatvena Sarvatma Bhagavan Samprasidati. Dhruva Maharaj, you are a devotee. What you are doing does not befit a devotee. This killing of yaksha, he says, Bhagavan is pleased when a devotee meets others with 4 things: compassion, titikshaya, tolerance, and equality and friendship. Bhagavan samprasidati. And then the Lord is pleased. So that way, Dhruva Maharaj also, even though he was a devotee, he went beyond the borders by reacting to the Yaksha's killing of his brother. So the Guru came and corrected him and brought him to light. We are not pleasing to Paravan now by what you are doing. So this is the business of Guru. That's why we say, Oma Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Umitam Jina Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. I was born in the darkness of ignorance, and my spiritual master opened my eyes with the torchlight of knowledge. So we see that in Bhagavad many places, that when a devotee is gone too much to darkness, and the Guru will come and give instructions. Okay, thank you very much. I think now is 10 minutes in my time. We can take a few questions. We're supposed to finish at 10 past. Oh, here it says 10, from 8 to 9, 10 a.m. Are any questions? Yes, Prabhu?
Hare Krishna, Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
Hare.
I came in the half of the class, so I didn't attend full class. Forgive me. I was trained coming here.
I can't hear you. Please speak closer to the mic.
My question is that in Krishna consciousness, in a Krishna conscious life, the brahmacharis,
Yes. Brahmacharis
life is much easier. That's what they say in Krishna consciousness.
is easier for brahmacharis.
But what do you think for grihasthas? Is it?
What am I thinking about grihasthas? I'm not thinking. Ask grihasthas what they are thinking about grihastha. Is it grihastha life easy like brahmachari life in Krishna consciousness? I wouldn't say brahmachari life is easy. I was a brahmachari for 20 years before I took sannyas. I never thought it was easy. Are you finding it easy? I don't know. Maybe here in Mumbai is easy, but you go and be a brahmachari in New York or London, yes, it's not easy. Maybe it's easy here for you guys in India because you are protected by the culture of India and the honor that is given to someone who like we go to New York, they don't know what the brahmachari. They just see you as someone else. You know that it's not easy. Maybe here in India, yes, maybe it's easy, but I was a brahmachari in London, in England, Birmingham, for 2 years. That's when I realized it's not easy. If you go to Western countries, it's not easy. For you, maybe it's easy, yes. But for us, no, it's not easy. It's a fight. It's a day in, day out fight with Maya. Here, maybe you don't know Maya here. Maya is very Krishna conscious also in India. I will tell our brahmacharis to come and stay here. It's easy here.
Maybe Shakti Devi is also worshipped here, much more prominent as Krishna. She's happy. That's why he's in India.
Yes, you are fortunate. Don't ever live in India. Stay in India, don't live in. If you step out of India, you will be finished. Any other question? Okay. Thank you very much. Shri Prabhupada ki, Jai Shri Gonita ki.